What's up, Miami Dolphin fans? If you're looking for the latest news and rumors going on around Miami, you're in the right place. But before I get into today's show around some of these crazy coaching rumors, major shout out to today's new sponsor. Shout out to Fetch Rewards. Anybody out there, go to chatsports.com/fetch where you can get 3,000 bonus points. If you're like, why would I do that? You can earn points on any receipt from any store or restaurant, and then you convert those points into awesome gift cards. There's a reason why this is my number one reward app out there. Now, coming up here on today's show, we're going to get into some head coaching rumors because there are two candidates right now that are getting ready for their second interview, but a lot of rumors buzzing around Jim Harbaugh. Could Jimmy Garoppolo be on his way to Miami? We got the latest odds on where Jimmy G could land, and then at the very end of today's show, Dolphins draft update. Now, to make sure you guys never miss anything, like if the Dolphins go ahead and they hire a brand new head coach, we're going to keep you guys up to date here. So turn on those notifications, click that subscribe button. That way you're not like wondering, I don't know, a week from now, like, hey, what's going on with Harbaugh? What's going on with Kellen Moore? What's going on with Mike McDaniel? And then somebody's like, dude, that guy already got hired. So subscribe and turn on those noties. If you're wondering how do you turn on your notifications, go to the settings app, scroll down, tap YouTube, tap notifications, and then turn on allow notifications. It's that simple and easy. And if you want to go comment if you're part of the Noti gang, we always appreciate it. All right, so here are the latest Dolphins head coaching odds. You got Michigan football coach Jim Harbaugh, and I want you to look at this number here. Minus 200. Anytime you see head coaching odds and then you see a number in the negatives, that usually means Vegas knows something that we don't, which is very interesting. Mike McDaniel's at plus 150, and then Kellen Moore is at plus 400. So McDaniel and the 49ers, obviously they just lost. Kellen Moore's been somebody that I've talked about multiple times, but what's really starting to create a serious buzz in Miami Gardens is, could this be the next head coach of the Dolphins? Now, Harbaugh, the fact that he is the betting favorite, not only is he the betting favorite, the minus 200 odds, I'm telling y'all right now, that is probably some of the highest odds I've ever seen for a college football coach coming over to the NFL. Now, for Harbaugh, he's interviewing with the Minnesota Vikings, and it does sound like he has interest coming to the NFL. Now, I know a lot of people are out there like, but wait a minute, Mitch. A few days ago on this exact channel, you said this is not going to happen. And when you really look at a lot of these tea leaves, like somebody like Stephen Ross, who, for those of you that don't know, Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, is like the biggest owner at the University of Michigan. Their their business program is literally called the Ross business program. I mean, that's why Stephen Ross said he wasn't going to take Harbaugh away. But what happens if Harbaugh was like, dude, I want to come to the NFL, and either I'm going to come to the Dolphins or I'm going to go to another team? That's kind of why I'm wondering if these Jim Harbaugh rumors are actually true. Now, the next thing we're going to be breaking down here are some other head coaching candidates. Mike McDaniel, OC of the 49ers. He completed his first interview on January 19th, and all the stories, all the rumors around his second interview were going to be as soon as the Niners and Rams game ended, which it ended yesterday. He was going to get a second interview. He might get one early in the week. He might even end up getting one today. And I put out a poll on our Dolphins YouTube community channel about, hey, who do y'all want as the next head coach? Most of the votes first came in for Brian Daboll. Then Daboll ended up going to the New York Giants. I would say right now on Twitter, on Instagram, and our YouTube community, it looks like Mike McDaniel is the favorite among the fans. Now, personally, I think if you're trying to build around Tua Tagovailoa, this would be the guy I would go out and get because he's going to help develop Tua the best. He's one of the bright young minds in the National Football League. He's also scheduled to get his second interview this week. The reason why Jim Harbaugh, Kellen Moore, Mike McDaniel are the top three betting favorites is because Moore and McDaniel had two interviews. Harbaugh's really linked to Stephen Ross, and I'm not 100% sure if somebody like Vance Joseph gets another shot, Leslie Frazier, but as it stands right now, those are more than likely your top three candidates to be the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Now, for those of you out there that aren't familiar with Chat Sports content, we keep you up to date with news, rumors, but we're also an interactive channel. So what I want you guys to do is go down in the comment section, and I want every single one of y'all, like literally every person that comes across this video here, to vote on who is the best head coach. Not overall, the best head coach for the Dolphins, because that's what's important here. If you believe it's Jim Harbaugh, I want you to type JM. If you think it's Mike McDaniel, I want you to go ahead and type MM. If you believe it's Kellen Moore, scroll on down and type KM. Now, the Fetch Rewards app is super easy, and you can get rewarded for all of your shopping. So if you go to Walmart, Amazon, Target, literally anything, you can earn free gift cards and get cash back by snapping your grocery shopping and restaurant receipts with Fetch Rewards, the #1 rewards app, which you guys are going to be able to see right here. I'll do my best Vanna White impression to the right of me. You literally just open up your app, you hover over a receipt, and then you can click the picture button, and then it downloads, and you get those bonus points. Now, this app is free to download, and you get 3,000 bonus points by going to chatsports.com/fetch. Promo code Dolphins for every 1,000 points. That equates to $1. And believe it or not, you can rack up the points quick enough, and then you can sooner or later go ahead and treat yourself. Like, I've only had the app now for about 3 weeks. I'm already up over 9,000 points. Some people are like, oh, it's only $9. Dude, if I go to Starbucks and I get 2 free coffees just for scanning receipts on things I'm already buying, I'm absolutely going to do it. And if anybody out there, I don't know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Really, really cool way to just get some extra dollars to go out and do something special for someone that you care about. Free to download the app, chatsports.com/fetch, promo code Dolphins. All right, now the next story coming up here on today's show is going to be around Jimmy Garoppolo, because as long as Tua is the quarterback, and I really truly believe as long as he is this fringe top 20 style of QB, you're going to see a lot of rumors and a lot of places linking other quarterbacks to the Miami Dolphins. Now, recently, Vegas released their latest odds on where Jimmy Garoppolo could end up going, because he literally said to himself, Jimmy G said to himself, that was more than likely his final game with the 49ers. As you can see, Washington and the Steelers, they're plus 400. I actually think the Buccaneers at plus 550 is very interesting. The Denver Broncos at 600. And then you can see right here, the Miami Dolphins with the 5th best odds to get Jimmy Garoppolo at plus 700. Now, for those of you out there wondering what type of quarterback is Jimmy G, he's won a lot of games. He has a lot of support from several teammates. He had 3,810 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. But a lot of people want him because some do believe that he's, we'll say, clutch, and he definitely does win games. But is there a quarterback that is maybe more lucky than Jimmy G when it comes to the playoffs in terms of not being an elite quarterback, not even really being an average quarterback, and still being able to win football games? I mean, look at these playoff stats right here in the 3 games. And yes, 3 games, they went 2-1. 58.1% completion percentage, 535 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 INTs. You and I both know if Tua was putting up these type of numbers in 3 games, I would be on here yelling, and the entire NFL media would be screaming at the top of their lungs. So now's your opportunity. Pick a quarterback for the Dolphins. If you think Jimmy G would be better than Tua Tagovailoa, I want you to type JG. If you think it's Tua, type TT. The biggest reason why I am typing TT is because Tua still has that question mark of what could be entering the 3rd year. I know what Garoppolo is at this point. And then on top of that, you're going to have to pay Jimmy G over like $27 million. You're going to have to go ahead and trade for him. If I could show you the face that Jeremy is making right now about me talking about Tua, it looks a lot like the first face you made when you were home alone for the first time in 8th grade. You know what I'm talking about. So type TT for Tua or type JG for Garoppolo. As much as I'm not a fan of Tua long term, I still would rather have Tua not give up my draft capital or assets to go out and get Garoppolo. The final thing coming up here on today's show is going to be, with that 49ers loss, it is now official. The Miami Dolphins have the 29th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. So what you guys are going to see on here is me just trying to figure out some players that could potentially be available, or at least some guys that I personally would want the Dolphins to go out and get. In terms of draft needs, it's still offensive tackle, wide receiver, running back, interior O-line, quarterback is also on that list, despite all the reports indicating that they will stick with Tua. Now, these draft needs are going to change. Why? free agency, the draft. There's going to be a lot of moves, certain players getting re-signed, and I just, from top to bottom, a lot of stuff. So please subscribe and turn on those noties, because of even if like a trade happens, we're going to be breaking it all down for you here on today's, not today's show, but on this YouTube channel. In terms of what do I want the Dolphins to do, I want the offensive line to be improved. It is an abysmal offensive line, the worst offensive tackles in the NFL, and I don't really know if it's all that close. Now, here's the issue. I like Evan Neal. I like Charles Cross. I like Hakeem Ekwonu. They're just not going to be available at pick 29 unless they do something that they shouldn't be doing, and that's just the God-honest truth. Now, you have Trevor Penning, who I like a lot, Nicholas Petit-Frere from Ohio State, who, again, is another very good prospect. And then in terms of some of your top interior offensive linemen, Tyler Linderbaum, I actually think he could go top 10. I love him as a center. Hakeem Ekwonu, I listed him again because he can play tackle. He can also play guard. But then if you're going to think about getting a guard, the one that's the most likely on this list, it's Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M. I have him as a top 25 prospect, which maybe he ends up sliding down to 29, and sometimes people don't like taking guards in the first round, but I do think he's a pretty damn good, solid player. Now, the other need here is wide receiver, and these are my just wide receiver rankings overall. I did have Jameson Williams as number 1 before his ACL injury. I like Drake London a lot. I love Chris Olave's ability, and then Jahad Dotson at number 5. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to watch some more tape on all these draft prospects, and I think I'm going to get you guys a video later on in the week about some potential draft prospects that the Dolphins could take at 29. So until then, who do you want the Dolphins to draft at pick number 29 now that that is locked and loaded? If you want to throw in a name of somebody who you think might get taken earlier, you can go ahead and do that, but I want to know, who do you want the Dolphins to draft at pick number 29?